you're here. We made it. So before we jump into anything about trading, options, crypto, whatever you want to trade, you need to know why. Why you want to trade, why you want to make money. You need to have a why, because that why is going to help you through the process when you take a L, because you will lose one time, you will lose a second time, but it's your mind frame and your perspective and how you perceive it, just like in life. So before we jump into anything, trading options, freeing yourself. Everyone wants to be free. Everyone doesn't want to have a job. They want to be their own boss. That makes sense, because we want to be free. You don't want to be tied down to a job. You don't want, there's certain things that we just, maybe for a certain period of time, you can accept it, but it just goes, and then it hits that threshold where you just like, man, F this. So with that being said, we're going to jump right into it. These are typically the questions that people ask, just in general, let alone when, they're asking me how to start trading. Why do I need to learn this skill? And why do you need to learn this skill? Because as the first thing, as I mentioned in the beginning, freedom. It's just something you can acquire, because the more streams of income that you can create for yourself, the more ways you can make money, the more better mindset and mind frame you will have. Just think about that. When you can't make money, you're in a stressful state. But if you know you can make money, if you don't have a job, you do have a job, part-time, whatever the case may be, that gives you freedom. All right, what can this do for me? As I mentioned back on, question one, how can I be successful? Everybody wants to be successful. It takes time. It takes effort. It takes reps. Some people, they skip. Look at Drake. Look at Lil Wayne. Look at Rafael Nadal. Look at Richard Mille. Some of these names you guys probably know, maybe you don't know. These are people who are successful because they've done it for so long. And just like on anything, you need to be doing it for a good amount of time, at least be somewhat familiar with it, because it doesn't necessarily take time, because time is an illusion, but it's what you're doing in the time. All right, so going on to 4, where can I start to trade? Webull, there's Robinhood on options. There's TD Ameritrade. They have a Thinkorswim platform. When can I start being profitable? When can I leave my job? That honestly has to be up with you and how comfortable you're feeling. Of course, you want to be confident on making your trades and making them consistently, and knowing that you can make them consistently. All right. So the first thing, where you want to trade. Got my notes ready. All right. So where you want to trade. And also, guys, before I go on further on, if you have any questions, if you want to reach out to me, my name is Sandy. My Instagram is HeyDadeSand. You can follow me there if you got questions. I also offer extra help if you have questions, or maybe you want to go over a trade, or maybe you just want to make a lifelong relationship. We can do that. So you guys go ahead over to my Instagram, HeyDadeSand, DADE, like Dade County, because I'm from Dade County, and follow me there. I'm on Facebook too, Sandy Lightborn Jr. You can look me up if you're on Facebook. And yeah, so if you want extra help, I'll offer that as well. I have a package. We'll talk about that if you want to explore that. All right. So where to trade? Robinhood. Let's go over to Robinhood. All right, guys. So this is TradingView. This is where you can learn how to trade. This is where I trade. I look at all my charts, crypto, stocks, Forex, whatever you trade. Perfect website platform to do so. Robinhood, as I was mentioning, you guys can check out Robinhood. There's Robinhood, and then there's Webull. I like Webull. I have Webull actually on my screen. Let me pull it up for you guys. They have a desktop. This is Webull right here. Pretty fire. All right there. Give you guys, this is the option. This is my platform right here where I trade my options. You guys can see strike calls, puts, contracts, the days will always be in the middle. 2 days, contract expires in 2 days, 4 days, 6 days, 31 days. You can even go out a year, 2 years, you guys can see. Right, I got my watch list right there. I got my orders, my positions. I'll have my order book right there and whatnot. But yeah, let me go back over here. Sorry about that, guys. I was watching streaming basketball yesterday, so that's my streaming website right there. All right, so yeah, let me go back to trading view. So where to trade? This is where you trade, trading view. Trading view is one of the most simple, I feel like, things you can look at. They give you the time frame 6 months. You can look at the span of the stock, whatever, over 6 month time frame, 3 month time frame, a 1 month time frame, etc. You create your own watch list right here. You guys can see. Let me zoom broader. You guys see that's my retracement right there. On QQQ right now. I'm not sure who or when y'all will see this video, but this week is looking bloody. So to carry back on, Webull, where to trade, you can trade at Robinhood. There's Robinhood options. You'll just have to upgrade your level to level 2, and that allows you to start trading options. Webull, I just showed you guys, they have a platform, and then they have the phone too. You guys can see they got like the phone. You guys can look at the markets. There, you guys can see, boom. You can look at the markets, top gainers. You guys see it. Top gainers, all that stuff. The most active stocks too. Make sure you guys see all that. You guys see most active, all the stocks in right there. So I love Webull. First I had Robinhood, and then I actually came into the PDT, pattern day trading rule. And that's what I didn't know when I first started trading. And this is what you guys gonna be able to avoid. If you trade in a span of 5 days, if you open and close a trade 3 times, they will consider you, it could be 3 or 4 times, just depending on the platform, they will consider you a pattern day trader. And that basically stops you from being able to open a trade and then close a trade the same day. So it's why basically, if you don't have over 25,000 liquid, they want you to only trade 3 to 5 times, just depending on the platform. And this is why also I like Webull, because you will just have to wait for your funds to settle, but you can have a cash account, and that allows you to kind of keep trading and not run into that PDT rule, like on Robinhood, like I did, and I actually missed one of my biggest plays. I would have made over 800 bucks when I first started trading, but because I ran into that rule, I didn't understand it much, and I ended up losing money because I literally couldn't trade. I literally saw it went from 500, 550, 700, 800, and I could not close it. It was one of the worst things. It's one of the worst things when we lose money, right? So don't do that. Watch out for that PDT rule. All right, how to trade. Real quick, because I actually wanted to make this a quick video. I don't want to make this too long. How to trade, that'll be in another video, but I just want to show you guys where to trade, because if you guys want to learn how to trade, you can always come back to me, go on my YouTube channel, chop it up, whatnot. But I'm gonna show you guys where to look at, so you guys can start studying, because most people, right, they start studying, you want a car, start looking all online, start getting all the ads, you're looking at the exterior, you're looking at the MPG, you're looking at the price tag, you're looking at all that stuff. So if you once you build up that confidence to when you go in and, look at that car, look at that phone, look at that new timepiece, whatever the case may be, you go in and do it. So same thing with trading. So Finviz is a beautiful, beautiful trading website, not trading website, excuse me, informational website. As you guys can see, it has all top gainers. Signal, it gives you the pattern, so you can even learn how the patterns will not work and kind of what to look at too. So you guys can see the double bottom, and it'll give you the double bottom. It'll show you right there, double bottom and channel down, etc., etc. You guys can look at that. They got the news. Elon selling Tesla because he's investing more into Twitter. Futures right there. Futures is a whole nother topic. But yeah, got the futures, got oil, Dow, all that, the major news, the earnings release date right over here. And then of course, the overall market, and you guys can see it is looking like hell, literally so much red. Typically over the day, I'll look at the groups, and it'll give me a barometer of kind of what's going on that day and just overall. You guys can see you got 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, 3 month, half a year. So you guys can see overall what's kind of been doing good and what's been overall doing good. And you guys can see the past year energy up 44% compared to everything else, which is low, beating the Dow, beating the S&P. But normally I'll look at that on the group. So that gives me the threshold. You can even break it down, the overview. It breaks it down. You see communication services, consumer cynical, energy, financial, healthcare, industrials, real estate, all these sectors that you can look at, and it just helps you break it down, you know, profit earning ratio, volume, all that good stuff. If you want to look at it in the spectrum, the chart, if you want to look at more of a chart, you can do that. News, all that good stuff. Another quick website I'm gonna give you guys, Finviz, and then Yahoo Finance. And this is what you have to ask yourself. Why am I doing this? Why am I researching all this stuff? Is it to make me better? Do I just want to know this information? Do I want to learn how to trade better? Do I want to have an overall scope of just my future and finance and business? You have to know why, what you're doing and why you're doing it for, because you will lose sight. Just like if you're dating someone, you will lose sight of why you even mess with them, why you love them, if you don't keep expanding, off that. Same thing with anything. You want to stay ahead of the game. You want to prepare yourself. They always say what? Preparation beats whatever they say, right? So most active stocks. Normally too, I'll come here on Yahoo Finance. I look at the most active stocks. I look at the volume, what's pumping, what's not pumping. And then I'll just check out what's kind of going on over here. I look at the change. You guys can see it's kind of more red because, as I mentioned, going into this week, it's looking like it's going to be a bloody week, which is good because for 2 reasons, by the way. Also, I want to break this myth for if you're a trader, if you're a beginner trader, intermediate, advanced, whatever the case may be. When the stocks are going down, it's easier actually to trade the stocks because they're going down and they're on sale. So that's the check. Just for you guys who always maybe hearing the news and, oh, the economy is going to shit and yada, yada. And, it's all sentiment. It's all meant to freak you out. It is meant for that. All right. Now I'm going to jump over to Bar Chart. Now, Bar Chart is another cool website, just like Finviz, kind of just like Yahoo as well. But they give me also a better option overview. Normally I'll come here, I'll check Finviz, I'll look at the overall groups, I'll look at maybe Yahoo Finance, and then I come over here to see the most active stock options. And that lets me know where the activity is, gives me the put call ratio right here. Anything more than a 0.7 is considered bearish. Anything low is considered bullish. If you guys even want more help, you have a help section right here. You guys can see right there. Right here, let me just scroll. Gives you right here, typically a put to call ratio for stocks above is considered above 0.7, right? It's considered a bear signal as more traders are buying more puts rather than calls. And puts is when the market goes down, when they're betting on the market to go down. Call, go up, market go up, put, market go down. All right, so I'll look at that. I'll look at the ratios. Let me just X that out. And I go, okay, this kind of gives me overall scope. All right, they thinking it's about to go down. Maybe they think it's about to go up. And then also, so that was the stock section. Again, guys, I clicked on options, and then I went to the most active options. I'm on ETFs right now because the ETF is exchange traded fund. It's an exchange traded fund, and it's the overall market. So it has a SPY, which I love to trade. I made most of my money there. Since I've been trading, love SPY, QQQ. Also, another ETF, it's the kind of barometer of the technology and the health of that and the health of technology. You guys can see they got more percentage of puts. You guys can see it's over. It's at 1.31. They are considering it being in the bullish. You guys can see right there, ratio option. Right. So typically I'll look there. Also, another place you guys can look at, you can just look at the overview as well, but normally I'll go and I'll look at the most active options. But this gives you the unusual options activity. This is normally typically I feel like after it's kind of happened. But yeah, the unusual options activity, your most active options. Again, that's normally what I just go straight to. Cover calls. And it also gives you a breakdown too of kind of the certain strategies that you can use along here, which is extra stuff you can check out. But I just wanted to show you guys a couple of, I don't know where I left my board at. I'm trying to find back that board. But I'm not sure what you guys are doing right now, as far as if you're trading, if you're not trading. But let me ask you this. You have to ask yourself, do I want to make more money? Do I want to make more freedom for myself? Do I want to create a certain lifestyle for myself? And it doesn't have to be a lifestyle of Rolexes and BBOs and BBWs and Prada and all this stuff. It can be, hey, I can wake up 6:30, go to the beach. I can walk on the beach for 2 hours if I want, chill with my dog, take my dog to the dog park, get some iced coffee, whatever the case may be. I don't have a dog, but you get the point. Whatever you want to do, whatever your happiness is, you have to find that. And ways that'll help you get there is going to what? It's going to help you get there. It's not going to help you back. It's not going to push you back. I'm sorry. Because there's 3 H's in life. And this is why I'm going to end this off for this segment, but there's 3 H's in life of people that come into your life. There's going to be a person that hurts you. There's going to be a person that hinders you. And then there's going to be a person that helps you. That person that helps you, you want to hold on to that person that helps you because they're helping you. We always want help because help helps us get understanding, and understanding helps us preserve, and preserve, that helps the continuity, right? So with that being said, guys want more information, you guys mess with me, fuck with me. I'm on Instagram, you guys, Heyday San. You guys can follow me again if you guys got more questions, you guys want to chop it up. Again, I have a package. If you guys want a more in-depth, more hands-on, more personal, if you guys want to talk to me on a daily basis and you know, chop it up more and learn more. And also always looking for like-minded people who are in the same space as me, because I'm not where I want to be. I'm never complacent. I'm never trying to be complacent. So whatever relationship, whatever I can do to help myself and help other people, it's a win-win for everybody. So with that being said, guys, till next time, you guys don't give up. Trust me, just like life is hard, but you got to persevere. Peace, y'all. Welcome. This part is more on the technical side, how to trade, what to look at, and what I use and what you can use for yourself to become a better profitable trader. All right. So again, I'm on TradingView right here. This is QQQ. This is ETF. Exchange tradable fund. I'm gonna go over because I have my charts mapped out, and honestly, I don't want to remove them. Love you guys, but I don't want to remove what I kind of have already. So this is the S&P 500 Standard and Poor's. So typically, guys, when I look at a chart, boom. So let me just do it fresh for you guys. Just imagine you guys, I go on TradingView. Boom, I go on TradingView. I'm on this screen. I type in SP. It should probably pop right up. Yeah, S&P. Boom. Index right there. You guys can see that's the one right there. Right one. Boom. It's going to launch you to the chart. See more advanced chart. And boom. We're here. All right. So we're past step one. Now, typically, if I'm day trading, right? Because with all this news going on right now, today's April 29th or 30th. 30th. So there's been a lot of turmoil, recession, and all that being of the myths, supposedly, and whatnot. And with that being said, you guys can see this is on the day frame. You guys can see those charts. You guys can see these candles and these wicks pulling down right here. And also another thing, guys, I actually use a Hakanashi candle compared to a normal candle because they actually give the better overall average of the move. So instead of it going up and down, it's kind of giving me an overall better scope of it. So yeah, we're gonna look at candles. You guys can see right there, there's more red, right? Red here in the candles and here, which is the volume, right? This is volume on a daytime frame. This is my RSI, relative strength index. indicator right there, and then I got my MACD. MACD is just strictly for direction. You guys can see right there. Always when the orange crosses over the blue, that means it's a downtrend. Blue over orange, uptrend. But strictly just for direction. Because as I'm looking at certain things on the chart, I'm basically confirming and I'm looking at more convergences. I don't necessarily need 10 or 5 things or 3 things I'm looking at. But my overall trust, and this is why you want to be looking and have that trust with yourself of what you're looking at and what to look at and how to make the best decision. So you guys can see it's been tapping along here, right? This is the level. This is the level previously that I had, because I knew it was going to come down. And also another thing you guys can see, this is actually I actually just previously added this VWAP, volume weighted something price index or whatnot. I just know VWAP is the overall volume weighted index. So typically if VWAP is riding right along, just as you guys can see right here, that means we are good. Price is moving up nice. And as you guys can see, as soon as it comes and it closes under VWAP, it was just in a downtrend from there, right? Clearly downtrend, right? You guys can see, so it's under VWAP. So first converges under VWAP, and just looking at MACD, as you guys can see it right there aligned. MACD switching over, going down along with the VWAP. And we also got our SMAs. So our SMAs right here are moving averages. Red is 200. I remember that for a Hellcat 200. 50 is the green, and blue is the 100. 50, I remember Clay Matthews. I love sports football. And then blue, just 100. I just remember that because keep it 100, blue, like a blue face. Keep it 100 with me. Because 100 gonna keep it 100 with you. All right. So along with those two convergences and the 200, and it's traded under the 200, but also the 200 crossed over the 50 and is about to cross over the 100. Look at that. Look at that. You guys see right there, like a little bird. You guys can kind of see right there. It looks like a little bird, a little snake, actually. But yeah, so that confirms a downtrend. The 200 over 50, that is called the death cross, right? Reverse 50 over the 200, that's called the gold, right? So these are a couple things that I'm looking at. So far, to give you an overview, right? As I'm looking at this, we're just on the day. We haven't clicked on anything. We haven't went in depth, but I'm on the day chart. And this each candle is a day, right? I'm on the day. Each candle is a day, right? So you guys can see the convergence, MACD, RSI. Over here also, and it's going to be a little secret for those who are listening and tuning in, the volume on these, like for instance, you see the volume on the spot currently right now, it's at 145 million. Under 10 million is mini flow, like super low flow. Under 20 million is the low flow. So if you're ever trading something and you're wondering why it's moving so slow, is because it doesn't have enough liquidity. It doesn't have enough volume. There isn't enough people buying and selling for it to, move up and down. And that's why it's moving so slow. Not saying that the stock can't move up or down, but it's just the flow of it is moving way slow. And as a day trader, right, you want something that's moving. You want people, you want to make sure that it's living, it's live, it's alive, right? So normally I look at the day, we can look at the week too. As you guys can see on the week, it just pulled down the under this wick right here, or under shadow, it's called. You guys can see pull down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, pull down price, pull down 5 times. That's telling me the price is coming down. Not 100% sure, but that is telling me that the price is coming down, which it has been. It's in the downtrend. It's making lower lows, lower highs, right? So normally week, and you guys can see it's actually still above its 200 on the week, on the still above its 100, which is coming close to, and then it's under the 50 already. On the day frame, it's already under it, and the smaller time frame is showing us that it's moving, and it's moving down. On the hour and the day frame, you guys can see it's under the 200. Under 200 means it's in the downtrend, right? And then again on the hour time frame, we have the 200 over the 50 death cross, and then we have the 200 over the 100, right? And again, as you guys can see, VWAP is just riding along as it's going down, right? And again, on the hour time frame, you guys can see the MACD convergence as well, and it moving down, right? So normally I'll go there day, week, and then 15 minutes, 5 minutes, and it's just giving you small time frames. So each candle now is 15 minutes. So 15 minutes, you guys can see right there, 9:30, 9:45, 10, 10:15. Each candle is 15 minutes. And at the beginning of when I first started trading or learning, because crypto was the first thing I kind of jumped into, I didn't know what to look at. I don't know what candle was what. I don't know when I was clicking on the time frames or whatnot. I don't know what I was looking at, but I know it was crypto and people were saying buy, so I was buying. All right. But this is how you get a better scope of when to get in at the right price, right? Because most people, hey, when should I jump in? If you look at the chart, you'll know what price to get in and when it's best to get in. Because just imagine if you got in right here, right? For instance, and this is the S&P, Standard & Poor's, right? This isn't like a stock, but this is the SPY. They correlate. Same thing. You guys can see right there. Just imagine if you got in right here and then it dropped all the way down here. You would have lost all of your money. Not saying that it's not going to go up over time, but you can have got in at a better price. So when it does come, as it's coming to its lowest point or whatnot, you would have been at the best price, not in at the worst, highest price. Because what do they say? Buy low, sell high, right? So you want to make sure you're doing that as much as possible. Okay. So going to 5-minute time frame, and all this colors, by the way, this is from my retracement. It just breaks it down and it gives me a better scope of the levels and lets me know how it's moving. Trying to zoom out for you guys. Let me just move over, but you guys can see the levels. Normally once over that 50 level, that is a major level. Once it's normally over that level, that means it's kind of going up and it's confirmed once it clears, and then that's a double confirmation, typically, right? But this also things that you just want to be looking at, because as you guys can see, it's moving down lower in the lower time frames. You guys can see it's moving down lower, like how we saw it in the hour time frame, right? Moving down lower, making lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs. Again, and then hit its demand point, boom, pop right back up, came back to demand, boom, pop back up, and it was trying to go up, and then it finally burst up, and then boom, and hit its resistance point. Now it's right back at demand at its lowest point. All right, so make sure if you need to go back, click, repeat, rewind. I'll watch a YouTube video for an hour. I'll watch a 5-10 minute YouTube video for an hour, just because I'm clicking. And if I need to rehear the information or make sure what he said or what she said was right, or I needed to confirm that in myself from my subconscious, I did so. So this is kind of like the technical part of it. I mentioned the volume to you guys. I mentioned what I'm using, my MACD. I got my SMA, my moving averages, volume, VWAP, and then my RSI, as I mentioned there, right? So these are the things that I'm looking at when I'm diagnosing a chart and what to look at. And let me just show you guys overall. Let's say it would have been the best price to get in, right? So just imagine, right? You got some money, you want to invest, boom, $100 you want to put in. Let's go to Facebook. All right, let's go to Facebook, something everybody knows. If you have invested 2021, right, you would be down at this point, right? 377, 380, say 375 level to now, you would be down 100%. You would literally be down 100%. And this is why the focus on knowing where to get at, when to get at. Maybe you need to know if it's a long term, if it's short term, because if this was a short term thing and maybe you just felt like you wanted to make some quick money and you wanted to put your money in, you would have lost money, right? But imagine if you put your money in right here at this 174 level, it's already at $200, but you see it hit that bottom level, it broke all the way through the man and hit this bottom support, and now it's finally coming back up, right? But you will be up right now. compared to being down 100% just because you felt you were going to make money. You felt it was going to keep going up. And trading, you want to feel as less as possible, because the more feelings you have, the more hurt you will get, because this is not a feelings match. This is a logical match, right? You are basically having to match with your emotions, and you need to keep those in check. So with that being said, guys, if you guys want more, this is the last step in this digital course for trading options. Quick 35 to an hour of information. If you waited and if you stayed this long, of course, those who come in early, stay the latest, always win, they get the gems. So with that being said, Option Strat. Option Strat will help you jump so far ahead, because it'll give you the confidence to be able to kind of check off your work, right? So now, this is when you are actually trading, right? So I'm going to go to my Webull. I'm going to unlock password. All right, guys, get my password. Okay, so, right, we're looking for the options, right? And you see me, I kind of set it up best for myself so I can just look at what I'm looking at, and I don't have to worry about necessarily looking at, for instance, the delta, the Greeks. This is what I didn't mention, but I'm going to mention this also in the end, because this is the biggest part as well. The Greeks. Delta means the more money that you're in with an option, right? Which basically means you're closer to price, right? So if you guys, as I'm scrolling, you guys can see I'm on the call side, all right? This is 2 days for this contract. As you guys can see from the delta, you see it has at 0.85, and you see how it goes from 0.85 closest to in the money, which is currently right now 313. Closest to the money. You can go higher with the strikes, and you pay more money, right? So with that being said, let me just put that down because that's kind of too many. So basically, the closer you are, the more in the money that you are. The further you are, the more out of the money that you are. And the more out of the money that you are, you're kind of risking and betting on it, hitting it, if it's out of the money and you choose your option. For instance, let's say you betted going on, who knows, Amazon came out, best earnings ever. Amazon, Apple, right? They just released some new thing and they beat their earnings. So you're like, man, I feel like this thing is going to go to 330, right? Okay, so what you could do is, what you still will want to do is, if you're more in the money, you're going to make more money, right? You're going to make more money. So for instance, let's say I feel like it's going to go to 330, right? But the more in the money that I am is the more money and the more profit that I'm going to make and take, if I take the profit, right? So as you guys can see me moving down, you guys can see the delta dropping, the more in the money percentage. This is what I kind of toggle for myself, but you guys can see I just kind of have it all together. So it's easy when I'm making my quick decisions. You guys can see the gamma as well as another option. It's another Greek, excuse me. And the gamma always moves into the delta for each dollar that it goes up, right? If I said that right. So with that being said, let's say, right, I'm betting on it going to 335, and the more out of the money that you are too, the cheaper, of course, that it will be, because it's a less chance of it hitting that number, right? So let's say you bet on it hitting 330, right? And you choose this 318 strike call, right, for it to break at 320, right? So basically, you need QQQ to hit 320, right? Once it gets past 320, that's when you broke even. So anything above that is what you're making, right? So let's say if it hits 330, 320, so boom, you hit 9-10 points off of, if it hits 330, of course, you get 9-10 points profit, right? If you were at that 318 strike call. But imagine if you were at the 307 or the 308, right? You'll be getting 5 extra points. So that'd be like a double-digit move, right? And then this is where you come over to option strat, right? You come over the option strat, boom, let's say on the 4th, it gives you all the strategies, long call, cover call. If you guys see back in the first step of the video, I was explaining also on bar chart where it kind of gives like the certain strategies. But normally I'll go over here to the visualizer, and this is where you're able to see how much money you will make when things will hit what you expect them to hit or not hit, right? So back again, we're gonna go, let me fix this so I can put my, go over here. So let's say I was at the 307 strike call, right? 845, by the way, guys, these are not dollars. So each contract in an option, one contract is 100 shares. So one of these contracts, 100 shares, you would do that times 100, right? Because for that one contract is 927. So times that by 100, what does that give you? 900 bucks, all right? $927. Same thing here, of course. Let's say in that 320, this is 315 we're looking at, right? I believe 320. Same thing, we have the bid. The bid is the lowest price, mid is the mid price, ask is the ask price. It's just like when you go to get it for a car, they want the ask price, but if you can negotiate them down, you got good credit, you'll be able to get the mid price, a lower price, right? So same thing, 325, 100 contracts, 100 shares for one contract, right? So for one contract, for this one contract is 325. So you times that by 100 shares and that gives you 325, right? All right, so I want you guys to keep these numbers in mind. So I had the 305 call, 306. All right, so I'm gonna go, and this is for basically 0 days once it does hit, but 307. And as you guys can see, max loss, net debit, that's how much money you're spending for the call. It breaks it down right here. It gives you the call, gives you the date, gives you the price. Again, you want to times that by 100, it gives you the price, 784, boom, times 100, 784. All right, boom, bid. Some of these numbers are kind of delayed and whatnot, but you get the overall gist, right? So we had the 308 call, right? Break even, as you guys can see, 315, right? And as I scroll down here, you guys want to see chart range, implied volatility. Never really touched the implied volatility. Just really the chart range to see how much money I would be making, right? So we're talking about it hitting 330, right? Right? We're talking about hitting the 330, and I actually went up to 308 call, right? So I needed to break even. I needed to get past 315.84. Once it get past that, I am taking my profit now. Once it goes above that, once it gets over 321, I've made $516. And you don't necessarily want to be looking at this and be like, okay, I'll make this much, so I needed to hit this number. But it gives you an overall scope of, okay, if it hits this number, I'm going to be making this much. Not you kind of guessing of what you're going to make just by you putting in 1,000 and it's going to hope to go up that much. This gives you obviously a more critical and a more kind of guided strategy, right? So hits 320, boom, I would have made 416 of my investment of $784, right? That's not bad, right? But this is the key right here. As you guys were looking at on my Webull, and as you're looking at more contracts and whatnot and options, you guys want to see there's the contract, because that's the whole thing. The contract value goes up, right? Initially, we had it at 784. So I paid 784 for this contract. Once it hit 320, my contract was now worth 12 right here. You guys can see at the 320 level, right? Let me go back to the profit. So 320, keep these numbers in mind. 53% you would have made in 1 day, 53%. That's phenomenal. 53% in 1 day. Just imagine if you do that 4 times, that's 200% a week. That's 1,000% for the month. Correct? Correct. Right? So it all goes with the value of the contract. So if it hit that 320 level, oh, I didn't move it. If it hit that 320 level, or 330, excuse me, guys. If it hit that 330 level, my contract would now be worth $22 right here, right? Not necessarily $22, but 22 on the contract, right? That's 181%. So if it hit 330, I would have made 1,400 bucks. That is insane. Show me somewhere where you can do that in a day. Show me somewhere where you can do that in a week. Probably at your job, right? But you can't find somewhere that'll do this in a day. There's other trading things, Forex, there's stocks, obviously you can trade, which you need more money to do. But this lets you take a small amount of cash, a small amount of capital, and be able to invest it and make money, right? So you guys remember that first demonstration where I'm just explaining the more in the money. This is more in the money, right? And you guys can go scroll over here too. It even give you the delta, the theta. It gives you the Greeks, right? You guys do your research on the Greeks. They'll help you out. All right, so I'm gonna go back and now we're gonna go to a call because normally most people, they want to be the cheapest, they want to pay the call, right? But they still expect for it to go up. So we had that 320 call, as I was mentioning. I'm gonna show you guys, I'm gonna scroll. So boom, now I got it in my chart, boom. And you guys can see the bid price, mid price, ask price. It gives you all the prices right there, right? Strike call, symbol, yada, yada, right? So same call, right? But let's move this from 308 to 320. You guys can see how it's going down, right? As far as me spending and as well as me being in the money, right? Now, as I was mentioning, I need my break even to hit $320. Once it hits that, I'm in the money, right? Not 315, not 313, not obviously 312, not even 319. The break even is 320. Once I break even past that, that means once it shoots past that, I am in the money, right? And this is a day contract. And these are really risky, by the way. They're really risky because if it doesn't hit what you needed to hit, then you will lose. I was always told from my mentors and whatnot, buy more time, right? With that being said, if I was more in the money on the same day, I would make more money compared to me being out of money and waiting for it to go up. And for instance, maybe buying it on the 9th because it's 9 days. So maybe I feel like it's going to hit in that span and I wait till it gets there, right? Compared to I am closer in the money, right? And then I'm able to hit it. I'm able to get closer, making more money faster, right? Compared to having to wait, right? Again, the contract value, compared to before, the contract is worth less, of course, because we paid less and it is more out of the money, right? Gives you a chart, dates, expiration. Also, guys, make sure to hit this because it will confuse you because it'll give you the zero. For instance, let me go right here. It'll give you the zero and that will give you a better scope. But if you, and it'll give you, I'm also on contract value, there we go right there. So it'll let you know how much, what you make when it hits a certain price. Like it doesn't get any simpler than this. It doesn't get any simpler than this. So to end off, I'm not sure what I missed. Maybe the open interest I didn't go over as well. The open interest just shows up open interest in an option, right? Change in open interest. Because this is when things gonna be kind of shift. And these are kind of also two potential plays, right? Again, if you guys have questions, help. It breaks everything down. Open interest is the total number of open option contracts that have been traded but not yet liquidated by either the offsetting trade or exercise of an assignment. It gives you important information regarding whether there is an whether there's an active secondary market for the option and can be used as a tool to predict the price trends along with reversals, right? So basically the open interest basically lets you know there's interest. Okay, there's activity going on here, right? And normally I'll just toggle it to the highest so it lets me know, or you guys can see it doesn't make sense, which has the most open interest, the most calls, the biggest companies, Apple, Facebook, Tesla, Robinhood, Amazon, Comcast. There was an open interest, you guys can see the volume right there, 35,000 for puts, right, on the expiration date. And you guys can see on the 6th, I feel like it's gonna hit 165, all right? But again, just more extra information, just things to kind of put on your palette for you to be able to look at, study in your extra time, study in general. Just doing that because you want to make sure that you're, of course, perfecting your craft, being a better trader, and it helps with anxiety. It helps in your decision making, and it helps you as an overall person, right? Again, guys, I've pretty much hit the surface. I definitely broke through the iceberg on explaining and demonstrating kind of the basics of options and how to learn what to look at, how to trade, where to trade, why you want to be trading, and how accessible it is. And at the end of the day, that's just what it is. Just like with NFTs and all these things going on, it's more accessibility. It's more of being able to reach and have more options. All right, literally have more options to be able to make money and being be with people in your community and just make money at the end of the day, because at the end of the day, that's what everyone wants to do. We want to make money. We want to have a certain lifestyle. We want to take care of our families. And that's my why. I want to take care of my family. I want to take care of my soon to be wife. I don't have a wife right now, but I'm speaking that into existence, the wife that I want, right? You want to do these things. So I'm laying the foundation for that for my family, my mom, my family right now, my sisters, laying that foundation. So as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, you got to have a why. If you don't have a why, you're gonna be losing what you're doing just because you're gonna lose focus, you know. So keep that why. Simon Sinek's a good book on, you know, having that why and why it's important. It's just like, you know, when you go out, why do you want to go out? Do you want to get lit? You want to have fun? You want to take a guy home? You want to take a girl home? Why are you going out? Right? So again, guys, follow me. Don't forget to follow me on my social media page, on Instagram, Hey Day San. If you guys want more tips, if you guys also want to reach out to me and get more help, get more of a better understanding as far as being able to trade and kind of having a helping hand and making less mistakes, I also offer that package, as I mentioned, monthly, where I have a setup to where basically you can reach out to me for 10 or 15 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever the case may be. Hey, Sam, can I go over this trade with you? Hey, what should I look at right here? What do you feel about this? I do that. So with that being said, guys, share this with a friend that has a friend, and appreciate you guys. Until next time, tune in. And have questions, I'm on Instagram, Hey Day San. You can follow me there. It's going to be in the below or above, wherever it's going to be. And this is the part two. And let's go on to the next part.